After dropping the digital services tax, the Prime Minister now says he and the U.S. can step forward on trade talks.
I had a good conversation with President Trump. We have, to be clear, it's part of a bigger negotiation. It's something that we expected in the broader sense that would be part of a final deal.
In Washington, the White House is parsing that move differently after a call from Mark Carney on Sunday.
It's very simple. Prime Minister Carney in Canada caved to President Trump in the United States of America. And it was a mistake for Canada to vow to implement that tax that would have hurt our tech companies here in the United States.
The digital services tax was supposed to make U.S. tech giants pay up to $2 billion by the end of the month, based on their digital services revenues from Canadian users. That angered Donald Trump. He lashed out on Friday, calling off trade talks with Ottawa. Canada scrapped the levy to restart them, but is getting some political pushback.
Those huge companies make a lot of money on Quebec and Canada territory and do not pay their fair share.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre said Canada needs something in return, writing, "The Prime Minister should insist that the U.S. immediately rescind softwood lumber tariffs. We need to make gains for our workers in these talks."
We're looking pretty weak in the eyes of our country. Certainly, the president has got his way yet again. And so it's seen as a capitulation.
But some political observers argue this could also be a strategy to deal with Trump.
I think probably just kind of puts us back on a decent setting. This is a moment where he can feel like he's winning. He can feel like he's forced Carney to do something that I suspect we were probably going to do anyway.
It's interesting listening to this, Rafi. Everyone is trying to spin this as a win and a reset, but it seems very clear there are lots of trade irritants remaining.
Adrienne, think of those steel and aluminum tariffs by the U.S. Canada wants those gone. The Americans are not happy about the supply managed sector protections like dairy. Now, nobody has said anything about budging on any of those points. Meanwhile, that deadline that Ottawa has stated for closing in on a deal is ticking closer and closer, now just 3 weeks away.
Yeah, no kidding. Is it your sense that this is the last we hear about the digital services tax, or does it live again in another form?
It may just come back with a vengeance. So Ottawa says it's going to repeal this legislation, but also that it wants to keep working with other countries that are interested in implementing a similar tax, especially those in the European Union.
Okay, may return under another name.
Exactly.
All right, Rafi, thanks very much.